Now, what is this law of variable proportion? Law of variable proportion states that as we increase the quantity of variable factor, as we increase the quantity of variable factor, or we increase the quantity of only one input, keeping other inputs fixed, total product initially increases at an increasing rate, then increases at a decreasing rate, and finally is negative. So, law of variable proportion states that as we increase the proportion of variable factor, as we increase the proportion of variable factor, or we increase the proportion of variable input, keeping other factors fixed, initially total product increases at an increasing rate, then increases at a decreasing rate, and finally is negative. Okay. Now, what are the assumptions of this law of variable proportion? The first assumption is law of variable proportion operates in the short run. Only in the short run we are capable of changing. Like I said in the short run production function, that only one factor, that is the variable factor, is changed and the other factors are kept fixed. So, automatically law of variable proportion is acting on the same thing. So, it will operate in the short run. Law applies to all fixed factors including land. Under law of variable proportion, different units of variable factor can be combined with the fixed factor. This law applies to production only. The effect of change in output due to change in variable factor can be easily determined. It is assumed that factors of production become imperfect substitutes of each other beyond a certain limit. The state of technology is assumed to be constant. It is assumed that all variable proportions are equally efficient. Variable factors are equally efficient. So, it is operating in the short run. Okay. Now, under law of variable proportion, we can use different amounts of, as I said, only one input can be changed and the other input is fixed. That is, variable input can be changed and the fixed factor is fixed. So, we can use different kinds of variable factor with the fixed factor and increase the production. Okay, it applies to production only. Now, the effect of change in output due to change in variable factor can be easily determined. Now, next is the state of technology is assumed to be constant. This is an important assumption. Technology is assumed to be constant. It is also assumed that all the variable factors are equally efficient. Means my labor are equally efficient. Now, let us understand how this law of variable proportion works. This is a very, very important part of the chapter. Now, all of you can see the diagram. The diagram has to be drawn in this way. Now, this is my total product curve. This is my marginal product curve. Total product curve, marginal product curve. Wait. See, my fixed factor is fixed. My land is fixed to 1 unit. Now, my variable factor is increasing. 1 unit first, then in second unit, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Means first I am working with only 1 unit of labor. Then second unit, I am using 2 units of labor, then 3 units of labor, 4 units of labor, 5 units of labor, 6 units of labor. As I am increasing the number of units of labor, I am combining labor with this fixed factor, that is land. So, my productivity is also increasing. First it was only 10. As I increase the number of units of labor to 2, it increased to 30. As I increase the number of units of labor used to 3, it increased to 45. As I increase the number of units more to 4 units, it increased to 52. Again I used another unit of labor, that is 5. Now see, the 52 is constant for 4 and 5 units of labor. The 52 is constant for 4 and 5 units of labor. As I am increasing the units of labor, I am using a 6th unit of labor. See, our total product is falling to 48, from 52 to 48. Now see the marginal product. What did I say in case of marginal product? So is it following the rule that first as I will increase the use of variable factor, my total product will first increase at an increasing rate, then it will increase at a diminishing rate, and then it will fall. Now if you see the total product by this way, when I increased my labor from 1 to 2 units, my total product increased by 20 units, 30 minus 10. When I increased my labor unit from 2 to 3 units, the total product started increasing at a decreasing rate, because 45 minus 30 is 15. So it decreased by 15 unit. When I increased from 3 to 4, it decreased more, 52 minus 45. Okay. Now when I came to 5, it became 0. When I use 6 unit of labor, then it will be 52 minus 48. So my total product, as I am using more and more units of labor, my total product is first increasing from 10 to 30. Then I am moving on to next phase when it is increasing at a decreasing rate, and then in the last phase when I'm using more amount of labor, that is a 6th unit of labor, the total product is falling. Okay. Now we will move on to how the marginal product is reacting.